challenge.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge.
Break down.
CBS reality, royalty to beat crown.
Survive Love Island.
Amazing race and Big Brother.
Survive Love Island.
Amazing race and Big Brother. It's Brice and Win with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge.
Break down.
Welcome to the Wendell Holland YouTube channel, recording live from Florida for episode 8 of the challenge. Takedown. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube page. Give it a thumbs up. Get in those comments. Share the video, please, and thank you. And let us know what you think. You know, I try to respond to everybody. I don't know about Mr. Purple over there. Also, this YouTube audio can be heard exclusively on the Purple Pants podcast on all streaming sites. I am your host, the People's Champ, Wendell Holland, and we are very lucky to have one of my best friends in the whole entire world, Survivor icon, the Purple's Champ, my brother, the host of the Purple Pants podcast, the third boot on Survivor Cagayan, the smelliest of them all, Mr. Brice Isaiah. How you doing?
What it do? What's up? Listen, you know I don't like start videos. Oh, okay. We love the shirt. Come on, Brice and Win present the shirt. If y'all saw the Brice and Win present Instagram, you know, ooh, give me my Emmy now. But listen,
You're such a bad actor.
First of all, I'm a great actor. First of all, listen, I don't like started episodes coming in hot. But Spicy Bricey is out because Wendell and I can't record and act like we kumbaya. Wendell and I got into a fight last night in Fort Lauderdale, okay? While we was watching the challenge, first of all, Wendell said, let's watch the challenge together. I'm like, I know how I am. I like to be in my space so I could, if anybody is like me, when I'm watching a challenge, I talk out loud. I be like, "Oh, why they giving Ben so much free time? Oh, look at Daddy. Look, like that's me." This man invited me. He said, "Come watch it with me." Okay, so I'm in there. I'm excited. I'm like, I had me a cocktail. Okay.
Whoa.
First of all, shout out to the Purple Pants posse because while I was having a cocktail at the bar in Fort Lauderdale, y'all not going to believe this.
As soon as we got to Fort Lauderdale,
a member of the Purple Pants posse approached me and said, "Oh my God.
is that Wendell Holland?"
Now I thought that's what she was going to say. And I was getting ready to point the window, and she was like, "I'm listening to the Zaddy calendar reveal right now." I said, "What?" Then she said, "I'm a member of the posse." So shout out to our girl, Melissa. We appreciate you. You made your baby boy feel so special. Now back to Spicy Bricey.
Hold up. But I will add to that I was over there. I think I was on the phone or something like that. And when I came back and you told me this story, which could have very well been just a made-up story, actually, now that I think about it. But when you told me this story, I was very, very happy and proud of my boy Brice and this amazing following that you built. So now go get back to Spicy Bricey. Go ahead.
Y'all see how he tried to do that? Okay, y'all see how he just tried to do that? Okay, but it's not going to work. So, invites me to watch the challenge. I'm excited. I had me a couple little libations. The challenge is on. I'm excited. I'm like, "Ooh, look at Daddy," and Mr. Passive Aggressive Wendell sitting there with his laptop. And, I'm just, when I tell y'all I be in my own world, I be in my own world. I happen to look at my phone and it's Wendell Holland. "Do you have to be so loud? The TV doesn't talk back. Bro, shut up." And y'all, that just spoiled my spirit. Now, I told y'all I had some libations in me. So first of all, not like this man isn't 2 feet behind me. So, when I get mad, y'all, you know what Brice do. I just stopped talking. And then after the episode were off, y'all, first of all, Wendell and I staying at different hotels. I was so mad I just left and I walked home and I didn't know where my hotel was. And I ended up, our hotel is literally a 5-minute walk from each other. I was walking for 45 minutes.
Wow. That's quite the I earlier in this episode I said you're a bad actor, but that was a great acting job, Brice, because I think you were mad at a different altercation.
No, I was assaulted in the elevator of the hotel that Wendell Holland is staying at, and I have the footage. And if y'all want to see it, write in the comments to drop the footage, and I will drop the footage. I was assaulted by Wendell in the elevator. It was
Brice,
given very much Solange knows.
You said you were Solange, which means you were doing the assaulting.
No,
You damn near broke my hand.
that's
But okay, we have an episode to talk about, but briefly before I get into the episode, I think Brice came into the room with an attitude because I think he was at the bar earlier, and I don't know what might have happened at the bar. And I'm not talking about the bar where he saw the member of the Purple Pants Posse. I'm talking about a different bar. That being said,
shout out to the bartender that will remain nameless. Okay, just know your baby boy is out here. And it's giving live and in color.
It's starting to drizzle on me, bro.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Brice, I had something else to share. Jeez, it really is starting to rain on me.
And you're committed and you're staying.
My computer. They say it only rains for 15 minutes out here.
They say it doesn't rain in Southern California.
Yeah, well, we're not in Southern California. We're in Southern Florida.
And I also just want y'all to know, if y'all watching the YouTube channel, this man, it looks like he's packing up and heading back inside. But I wish that you guys could have saw the 10 minutes of me waiting for him to get online while he spent 15 minutes setting that setup, and now he has to go back to
relax.
Oh, it's giving hoochie daddy shorts.
No, they ain't hoochie daddies. They got some length to them. They got a little length to them.
Because
let's see what you got first.
Daddies. Okay, these is the hoochie daddies.
You are a true hoochie daddy, Perp. You are a true one. True to life.
The people came here to get into the challenge, and we got to deliver an episode.
Yes, we do. We do indeed. The last announcement I will make is Brice and Wen are back. We are throwing our watch parties. We released pretty much all of the locations, and we're going to throw some bangers this season starting September 21st in New York City. The link is in the Brice and Wen Presents Instagram bio. Go check us out. And come to rock with your people and watch Survivor with your people. And we will have lots of special guests. That being said, time to break down the challenge, people. I don't like this setup.
Listen, that's what you get for being extra.
You're extra. So, after our good friends, Kylan and Kira, get sent packing, sadly, very sadly, at the hands of Leo and Alyssa, we're all thinking, you know what? Time for another perfect algorithm.
It's about time they got the memo. Get rid of the algorithm, TJ.
And they got rid of it. TJ said it is now an individual game. It sounds like it is post-merge, Brice.
Something I would know nothing about.
Have you ever never mind. You've never been to the merge. Anyway, so there are and now Brice leaves the room. Brice, I am still here. I would prefer for you to come back into the room, please. I apologize. I'm sorry. Brice, come back. I need the executive producer of the challenge.
No, that was an accident. Sorry.
I'm sitting here apologizing to you, dumb behind. Okay, so now TJ announces that it's an individual game, and so you're not partnered up, and eliminations will now be one-on-one, either guys' day or girls' day. And we get Tyson saying the guys will be big targets because tonight is a guys' elimination night.
Yeah, this was very interesting for me because I felt like, wow, this is feeling like, okay, I feel like they suckered them in, like, okay, get your alliances, get who you want to work with. And now all of a sudden they like, TJ said, guess what? It might be CBS in front of it and USA at the end, but baby, watch this. This is the challenge. I said, oh.
Yeah.
And again, it makes me admire players like, dare I say, a Danny. Makes me admire players like a David, who have been under the radar. And now you have these big targets like Tyson. And I mean, I'm going to even go and throw Dom's name in there, because like Dom is a competitor and we see that. And now it's like, ain't nowhere to run to, ain't nowhere. How that song go? Nowhere to, I don't know. Know when to hold on. Nowhere. Okay. I'm
Know
messing
when to walk away.
up.
You're getting the wrong songs. You're getting songs mixed up. I'm getting the bell and my whistle because I know you're gonna get flagrant very soon.
But I just it was just interesting because it really seemed like this rattled the top dogs, the people that feel like, first of all, it definitely rattled everybody that got their money. Okay,
Yeah.
if you can compete in TJ's challenge, you was rattled. And it also rattled the people that don't have money, because now it's like we're at the merge and I actually need to start doing something to get this money.
And the numbers are dwindling, and there's like nowhere to hide.
Yes.
Yeah, like now it's like, if you don't got money, all right, I better get down there and get some money. And if you do have money, oh man, somebody might go for me or throw me down there to either take my money or get me out of there.
Another thing that I loved, first of all, I feel like, shout out to the baby boy Jack Atkins, he's turned me into such a strategy driven. Now, mind you, I don't understand it a lot of the times and I don't pick up on it, but I know when they are talking. And I really feel like what this episode did with TJ when he announced this, we started to see these conversations that we have never really had before, like with Ben and Danny and them trying to figure out, are we going to stay Survivor strong?
Mm-hmm.
And also, it makes it so good for me because, although, listen, these are all my people, everybody on the screen I love, but also, it means it's time to get down to the nitty. It means like, baby, we about to implode on each other. And I feel like, although I have not made it this far in a game, I feel like this is the respectful time in a game to be like, or at least we've made it this far. Now I know now it's like I gotta play my individual game because.
Yeah, you get these guys. They're talking like, we're gonna stay Survivor strong. I don't know what Dom thinks. Can we just not go each other yet? We still got a lot of survivors in here, and there will be a point when these guys start going for each other. And I guess like with regards to some alliances in the game, you're like, we get as far as we can, we shake hands, and then we kill each other. And in this game, I think it's more like, we're going to keep acting like we're together and until somebody takes one of those big shots.
And at this point, I really feel like people like a Kayla, people like a Leo, people like a David are in a very good predicament, because it's like, it's almost like it's like an Erica in Survivor. You've been on the outside of the major alliance for the majority of the game. And then all of a sudden, when the alliance starts to implode on itself, who do you turn to start making moves?
You can turn to them to ally up and
then it's like all of a sudden you could be in a great position where you thought that you were like by yourself. I was like a Kayla. She only came in here with 3 amazing race people. And now all of a sudden it's like she is opening up the atmosphere.
Bro, if you ask me, I think that I'm scared for them because they are not part of these big alliances, and they might be an easy person to call down. But I will say that to flip it on its head, all they need to do is get in there and win a challenge, because then now they really have the pick of the litter.
Right. And it's like, but again, it's just interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how who sticks together, who's the inner alliance.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. And then these are these conversations back at home after the arena, and then we get one at 3:30 a.m. Ben is up and walking around. He says it's the anniversary of his friend's passing. He's sad, but he's glad that he has a friend in the house in Sarah Lucina. This was one of his Marine buddies, one of his military buddies. Was it Marines?
Yes.
It was one of Ben's military buddies that passed away, and we learned more about him in the challenge. So sending love to Ben for raising awareness and bringing him up in this episode. Just much love to Ben for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes when we watch these shows and we get so invested in the players, and we're watching a show that has been recorded, months ahead, I think that at times we forget that they're real people and that, they deal with real things, and that, Ben has served our country. And, I love Ben. And I just, my heart just went out to him during the episode. I just texted him. I was like, thinking about you, love you, brother. And these are real people. And I think that, it takes a real man to open up about his emotions and shit, because he could have just kept that information to himself and just but to share that with us and to be so vulnerable, I just respected it. And I just love my baby boy Ben so much.
Yeah, sending love to Ben, friend of the show, friend in real life. And it actually struck a chord with me because when I was getting ready, when I was applying for Survivor, I had a very close friend named Jake Joyce, who he wasn't a Survivor fan, but my very first video, he shot my video for me. And then he was like, you know what, when I'm going to shoot one, you can shoot me doing one too. I'm supporting you. And then a few years, it was in 2013, he ended up passing away because of a heart condition. And so I have his birthday tattooed on my arm, actually. And I just remember being on the island and being like, my buddy's here with me, despite not being here with me. So I think Ben said it was Blake's birthday that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it struck a chord. And again, shout out to our buddy Ben. Then we get to our challenge. And this is another challenge in the water where yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you do this every episode. First of all, two things I just wanted to point out. I also just, again, every time I see it, I love the Cachet and Sarah friendship, their relationship, their dynamic. And Sarah really kind of confiding in Cachet because I don't have the challenge money. What's going on? What's up? And I just love the Sarah and Cachet's friendship. I just think it's amazing. Now, before we jump on this boat, we got to give TJ a TJ look. Okay?
Oh, we got a lot to talk about right now, Perp.
This week, TJ is an ordained minister.
Don't do that. Is he praying?
Okay. He is either giving a communion, he is baptizing, he is marrying somebody, or it is the pastor's anniversary. Okay.
Leave my man TJ alone, bro.
And listen, I like the look. It's baby blue, but again, at this point, I am 100% sure that it is whatever they give TJ. He says, iron the collar hard. Okay, because this man loves a hard collar.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, Perp, I will say, and I think before in a prior episode, you said whatever it is, it has to be 57% of the way, buttoned up, zipped up, whatever. This is a 57%er right here. This is a crispy blue, light blue shirt. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like the shirt.
This might be, dare I say, TJ's best look of the season.
I don't know about that. Okay. It looked also like this shirt, they were like, well, what do you want to wear, TJ? TJ was like, just give me a V-neck t-shirt. And then they're like, oh, we got this button up. And TJ was like, I'm going to make it a V-neck. Okay. When you do origami and you make the swans, that's what TJ's collar looks like.
He has an origami swan t-shirt. Okay. Yeah. Well, again, strong collar, very crispy. Triple starch collar. But This might be our first time seeing him in just like a clean button up, and I like it. I'm a
Come on,
fan.
Pastor TJ.
Pastor TJ. Well, so then getting into the challenge, you have to, it's called, what's it called, Brice?
Having a blast.
Oh. You have to ride the back of a Zodiac, jump onto a runway, run to get to some key station, grab a key, run it back, put in something, run back. You got to do a lot of running back and forth while people are trying to blast you with some kind of water or whatever. Brice said, sign me up. This
Blast off.
This sounds like a regular weekend in Brice's never mind. Anyway, so this is kind of a cool looking challenge. How do you think you do at this challenge, Perk?
I think I would do well. I think that I would have a consistent pace. I think that it is noteworthy that there is soap on the runway. And when TJ says, like, again, it's like you're not really working with partners, but you know, there are two other people that are hosing you down. Now, again, here is where alliance ties come in at, because, you know, you could spray the actual person. You could spray the...
You could clear off the runway.
Clear off the runway, but I just feel like does clearing off the runway, I don't know if it really helps. And it's also interesting because we see in this challenge that two people at times are shooting.
Be careful, Perp.
Just
Be
got
careful,
a visual.
Perp.
I don't know if I've never experienced that, but two people are shooting the same runway.
Oh,
and
sorry for that one, listeners.
Just when you think, okay, the runway was clear, the challenge started. Okay, you know, I'm and at this point, yes, I'm still yelling at the TV. Just when we think, you know, did we make it through an episode? Of course not. Okay, of course not.
Oh, girl, Kiki.
Here go Danny. Ain't nobody talking to Danny. Okay, at this point, I swear, Danny is just sitting in the confessionals and he's just going off. Okay, because I just like Danny, like, well, listen, I gotta win this challenge because I gotta get this money because ain't nothing more important than the moolah. Okay.
For those listening, Brice has an image of our good friend of the show, Kiki, with $100 bills raining on her in her lovely red dress with the black leather boots. Yes, Brice, good imagery.
Okay, Kiki, shout out to our friend Kiki, who also confirmed in the YouTube comments last week that I was wrong, because, you know, I was taking up from my friend Kiki. She said, Ashley, I'm not a great driver. And, you know, Danny do be Talladega Nights because he has to drive.
Talladega Nights. Okay. Well, we jumped right into to Kiki, but there were some people that ran the challenge before Danny.
Well, yes, Danny was just giving commentary before he went out because he had to bring home the money because ain't nothing more important than the money.
True indeed. Yeah, we had a classic Enzo versus Ben matchup.
And
how does Enzo cut his shin open on what looks like to be a rubber? It's like you got a rubber runway and you have the ocean or the river. How did he cut his leg open?
I have no idea.
You would have done that.
Please, I would have been out. First of all, I also thought, why is nobody just, have you never heard of the slip and slide? I would have just ran and just like kept my arms out so that it like I'm steering the shit, you know.
Okay.
Okay. I was thinking like, why has no one done this yet? But shout out to the baby boy, Ben. Ben was out.
Oh yeah, Ben was gone. Pew! He was out of there. And again, he was doing it for his buddy, and he had that in mind, the memory of his friend in mind, and Ben was running. He was running on water. Big shout out to Ben. Enzo didn't do as well. Busted his leg open.
Yeah, but also Enzo was not the only person to bust. Now, shout out to our girl Kayla We love you from Amazing Race. We know your dad listen. Okay, shout out to your dad. But baby, Kayla was excited. Okay.
She was ready to go.
She was ready to go. And baby, did she go? Okay. She was on and she was off.
And they did it in slow-mo, Brice.
Kayla was on. And it like I felt bad for her, only in the sense of, you know how like you can see it before it happened. It's like you could just see right when it was just it just and there's nothing that you could do in that moment. But listen, this is what I will say to Kayla. If any day, I don't know why I keep doing that. If any day for you to be on and off, okay? If it were to be any day, let me say it again, Kayla, for you to be on and then off, it would be the day, because it's a men's elimination.
Yeah.
So it don't matter if you was off or if you was on. If you was on or if you was off. If you was off and he was on, but if you was on and you was off, he was off and you was on, or if you on, he was off, it don't matter, because it's a men's elimination.
If you don't leave Kayla alone right now.
No, that's my girl. But I'm just saying, today was the day to be on, and today was definitely the day to be off.
Kayla's pop, please get in the comments and yell at Brice for this. Please, please, please.
Now,
so,
also,
yes, needless to say, Kayla fell off and Sarah Lucina did pretty well.
Also, I don't know if y'all was watching, but it was a lot of spice. I'm gonna just eat my pineapple.
What do you? So Brice put up an image of Angela, and she is not looking too happy. What's going on, Perp? Mr. Pineapple Man, what's going on? What are you saying? What are you trying to insinuate?
I'm insinuating that Angela, I don't know her, and outside the game, I'm sure she's a lovely person, but I'm only like talking about what I see.
What do you see?
And just from like a player standpoint, not from actually like Angela. But you know, when Kayla was off before she was on, but then she got off, and you know, when Angela had saw that, she was basically saying that, like, you know, well, wasn't really about Kayla, but it was more about like Sarah, like how her and Sarah have not parlayed or politicked at all. And she's like, essentially was saying like, why would I like root for or help, or like, you know, I mean, she was, you know, for Sarah, you know, when Sarah hasn't talked the game to me at all. And then I had to think to myself. I said, self? Yes. I said, when Kyland and Kayla won, didn't Kayla tell us that Angela had never politicked with her prior to her winning? So I just thought that that was just like really interesting for them to show that of Angela, because it was just like, well, girl, you did the same thing to other people. And for me, it's like, Sarah got you pressed. I don't, because why don't you have that? I don't know. I just, you know, the way I look at it, it's like, am I on it or am I off of it? I'm not sure.
I look at it like you have these two very strong, very capable women in one house. Among there are others too, but these two, like, I think Angela has gotten a lot of attention, and because you know, being teamed up with Tyson, winning a lot, and doing all that, right, and being in this super alliance, right, and having money. Now you have Sarah Lucina, who commands a lot of attention, and who has been telling us, eating the chicken wings and telling us, like, look, I'll go in there against a guy. Telling, like, Sarah, I don't think you've won yet. I mean, you won the elimination, but you don't have your money yet. We know you're tough. We do know it, but I don't know. So you have these two very visible, vocal, strong alphas in this house. And I want to see them go at it,
I
man.
mean, I'm just saying. And and Sarah in her confessional, Sarah basically is saying that she feels like Angela has had an easy ride.
Maybe she
And
was teamed up with the right people.
I mean, but again, that's the algorithm. So,
Mm.
I mean, it's like, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting with that. And if one thing about me, two things for certain, I'm a ride for who I ride for, and I'm riding for Lucina because that's Cagayan. But I do love this like rivalry of like, is it giving Destiny's Child and who is Beyonce? Who's going to be Beyonce? Okay, I just like, I think it's so much. It's so interesting, but also get back to
Dom and Tyson. We have them when they're spraying. They're kind of politicking a little bit, which is cool,
but interesting. And I don't know. I want to talk to Dominic Abate about this because during when Angela was going, Tyson had convinced Dom to spray the runway for Angela to give her the best shot at all. And it seemed like Dom was a little leery, like he's like, well, I don't necessarily hold any allegiance to her, but I'll go along. But I don't know. I just felt like, and again, maybe this is why Dom is such a good player, because like because who was Angela going against? It wasn't Sarah. Was it Cash?
Cash, yeah.
So I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt like it was interesting because I felt like that for them to show us that, for us to pick up on. And normally Dom isn't somebody that just goes with something, but also it's, again, like maybe this is his poker face and he's like, all right, I shoot the runway with Tyson to make him feel like, but yeah, so I think that was very interesting.
I think he was picking and choosing his battles at that point. He's like, man, she ain't ever done nothing for me, but all right, Tyson, yeah, I got you. Cool, whatever. And it is what it is.
Could it be Dom stroking the Tyson no, but Dom,
friend of the show, I apologize for what Perp is about to say or is saying.
No, I'm saying, is it Dom stroking the Tyson ego? Like, okay, you saying shoot the club. I mean, not shoot the club, but shoot the runway.
Whoa, Brice, we don't want to hear about your engagements last night or anything like that.
No, but I'm just saying, I feel like, I think what I found so interesting about it is, again, what I'm trying to say is that Dom isn't somebody that normally just goes with like a flow like that. And I think that it is Dom laying the trap, doing the Dom thing, like making it seem like, I'm with you. Let's save Angela. But meanwhile, we know Dom don't forget, and we know Dom got that short list.
Right. Nah, you're absolutely right. Next, we have Danny versus David. This is when we get our wonderful Kiki reference, our girl. In that one, Danny wins. Then we get Alyssa versus Justine. I thought Justine, with her athletic self, I thought she was just going to jump right over the thing. But I did, like, it looked like she was about to jump off, but she gets it together. She stays on there. Alyssa ultimately wins that. Then the last two we have, it's just one person on the runway. We have Leo while Desi is soaking. And Leo looks really, really, really good at this. We know this guy, he's scared of water, or
he can't swim.
Yeah, something like that. But Leo looked really strong at this. And
cats are very agile, and Leo loves the cat. So I was thinking, like, okay, like Leo about to go out here and kill this, and he did really good. And again, shout out to Berkski and Merker, because the way they edited it between Ben, Tyson, and Leo, it could have been a 40-minute time gap between them, but it looked relatively close.
Yeah, it did. So I thought Leo could have won it, or whatever. So, but then anyway, Brice, earlier you mentioned slip and slide, right? Did you not?
I did.
And you have a really, 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 really good friend on this show by the name of Desi Williams. Now, did she take your slip and slide advice when she was trying to jump on this runway?
No, what had happened was the Trick Daddy and Trina and Silk the Shaka the slip and slide. I forgot how it go. How that song go?
Choo choo, coming around that choo.
No, the slip and slide. Anyway, listen. Okay.
Yeah, let's hear about it. Tell me about it.
Do you remember back, it might have been like early 2000, 2005 when YouTube was a thing. Do you remember Charlotte Takes the Tumble? Do you remember that YouTube video?
No.
You don't remember the video where it is the girl and she is like it's like she's in her basement and she's like standing on the chair and she's singing and she's like, and I know you will love me. Like she's literally like,
oh no,
and I know
oh no, oh
you
no,
will
oh
love.
no, don't hurt yourself. Oh, Brice Takes a Tumble.
Okay. It was Charlotte Takes a Tumble. And you know, unfortunately, it happens to the best of us. My girl Desi took a tumble.
Desi took a tumble.
But you know what? Like I said before,
we fall down,
but we get up. We fall down, but we get up.
Leave Kayla out of this. Why don't you have the photo of Desi?
Can we get back up again? Get back up again. 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 Okay, listen. Like I said before to Kayla, same applies to Desi. If there was a time to slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, crisscross,
reverse,
2 times to the left. Clap it up now, y'all. Clap it up now, y'all. Now,
how low can you go? You're ridiculous.
So it didn't matter. Desi took a tumble, my girl. Kayla took a tumble, but guess what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're right. And at this point, I think we get a commercial. In the commercial, we see an Amazing Race commercial with Derek from the
Claire.
Challenge and Big Brother and Claire. And yeah, I'm excited to watch them on Amazing Race. Are you?
I am. I'm excited. You know, we covered the Amazing Race over there on the Purple Pants podcast with my girl, Brooke Camhigh, the winner of season 21. Okay. So, yes, listen, this, first of all, CBS, I know due to COVID, y'all wasn't filming and a lot, but y'all know with the Survivor News and Amazing Race, like.
What are you asking, Brice?
I'm just saying, it's a lot to cover, but we going to get it done.
I thought you were telling them to put you on Race, bro.
See, again, people want me and you to go on Race. I don't think we.
Don't put me with you.
The way that we will argue, like I would literally, if we were on Amazing Race, I would throw the book back down and walk off.
Dang.
I really would. But then 20 minutes later, it would show me walking back up.
I'm like, Brice, are you finished? Can we?
Because I don't stay mad for long, but that's my problem. Is that like when I get mad, but I don't stay mad for long.
Yes, and when Brice creates a problem. Brice gets mad at me. Brice leaves, and then Brice calls me or texts me and apologizes.
That's a lie.
And I'm just standing there like,
no.
Bro, you create. How about when we were going to check in for the flight yesterday?
We don't need to put this in here. Okay?
I'm like Brice, I'm group whatever. You come with me, you're with me. Brice is like, I'm not coming with you.
No. Because first of all, the way Wendell said it was like it's a rule. If I'm in group 1 and you're in group 5,
I'm not in group
we're
1.
going to the same place together. You can board with me. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that don't make sense. And so Wendell's like, no, it's a rule. And so I'm like, okay. Because Wendell, no, I don't I have no problem waiting in group 5. So then as we get like 4 people up, Wendell's like, it should work. What do you mean it should work? Now, mind you, when they start calling the groups, be a million people just behind you just watching. And they will, if you are not, I'm getting mad thinking about this. If they call group 2 and you group 6, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the times that it doesn't and they scan it and everybody is looking at you and they be like, we have not called your group yet.
Needless to say, I'm looking back at Brice. Brice is shaking. He's sweaty. He said to me, if this doesn't work, I'm going home.
And I meant every word. I would have left the airport.
He would have scrapped our whole trip. So yeah. Brice was back there tooting up a storm. He was a nervous wreck. And ultimately it worked. And we're here. So that being said, where were we?
Ben won the challenge.
Yes.
Shout out to the baby boy Ben. Shout out to Blake. Ben killed it, well deserved. And yeah. Shout out to Ben. Great job. You did it. Finally. I mean, it was only a matter of time because he beasted a few challenges. We've seen him do work in these challenges. So yes. Now. Okay. So again, I feel like at times we when it is the elimination, right? I feel like I gave Dom Dom was holding interviews. Okay. I felt like when Tyson had the elimination room, Tyson was the godfather. Have you guys ever heard of Griselda Blanco?
Nobody in the history has heard of Griselda Blanco. And I'm putting that in the dictionary.
What's her name?
Griselda. She's a gazelle now. She's a gazelle.
No, a Griselda Blanco. She was like a mob, like Griselda Blanco. She was a mob boss. Like she was a female mob boss. Look up the name? Griselda Blanco.
What was that first name?
How you say the name?
Griselda.
Oh, Griselda. Griselda Blanco. Okay, listen. Angela. Again, what I most enjoy about these eliminations is that I don't normally like it when it's just like, well, tell us what you want to do and we'll work it out. I don't normally love it. I do kind of like when people take these strange approaches. I enjoyed it as a viewer watching Tyson. I enjoyed it as a viewer with Dom. And although I might not be agreeing with Griselda, aka Angela, I wasn't mad at it. Okay, because she basically was saying, listen, my girl Alyssa over there and me, she all I got,
we go together.
We go together, okay? When you see her, you see me. When you see me, you see her. With y'all survivor buddies, Ben, Dom, Tyson, Danny, let's form our own super alliance. Now, mind you, in my mind, I'm like, that leaves Desi. I'm like, I turned into Sarah Lucina. That leaves Desi and Sarah out. No. But my Jack Atkins, strategically, it makes I'm not mad at it. I'm like, well, okay, Griselda.
She was using her power to make something happen. Hey, protect me and my girl. You and your survivor dogs protect me and my girl. And what's even crazier about this is those survivor guys could potentially win every other challenge going from here on out. That's a tough group right there. So she's trying to parlay this win into protection, into lots of protection. It's a big ask, if you ask me. It's a big ask.
It's something that Griselda did okay. I said, okay. And I feel like Ben is so nice, and Ben's like, well, I mean,
something to think about.
He's like, it's okay. He's like, I'll think about it. And so, when they were in there with the boy Enzo, because Enzo, he ain't do so well on the slip and slide. You know, they're offering him like, you know, if you could come back, we like, you know, but it's just interesting how Angela decided to run this. And I think another thing, which I don't know if Angela and Ben are necessarily credit for it, or if everyone is just kind of sort of feeling the effect of it, but baby, the conversations that broke out from this conversation. And then we have Dom and Ben. And this is where, okay, where I thought what I thought in the beginning, where Dom's like, well, I mean, I ain't really with them. I ain't really against them. I gotta see how it play out for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben's like, all right, let me talk to Dom. Dom's like, I mean, I haven't really worked with her, but that's not saying I'm not going to. Dom leaves the door open in the conversation, but you know, I think in Dom's heart of heart, she's like, man.
Right. Then Griselda pulled Alyssa in. It was like, girl, I don't know if you knew that we was going together, but we going together right now. So like, I'm trying to open this up. And again, I feel like Alyssa, baby. And again, Alyssa is another person who I feel like has left herself open enough to be able to move. And it's like in these games, you, like Dave said in the show, you got to be loyal, but not too loyal. You got to be willing to.
You got to be malleable.
You know, what's
the Lil' Kim dance? What is that dance called? That is a terrible dance. It's such a bad dance.
Model coming in the game and the model and shit. At the top, 100%, and every line I got is the
QBMO. Queensbridge, Brooklyn, and we DEEP.
Oh, yo, what's the live my life I live? Hey, yo, Wendell, tell her what this is, huh?
Yo, it's the real to make you feel in the club when the in the edge of the cut have an OD because it's never enough. It's the real.
Oh, here we go again. Light as a hard as a the heart rock in the parking lot with my like the sparkle lot. All right, sorry, because y'all, I could go off on Kim.
Under my belt.
The embezzler,
competitor. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I'm a leader.
Y'all some
coming in the game with the
get yourself just to get to the top.
I put
100%, and every line I rock is the Q to the B to the E.
M-O-B-B. Queensbridge, Brooklyn, and we DEEP. We already did that whole verse already.
Listen, it's Kim. We could do it again. Anyway, so that is Alyssa dodging, going through, and really kind of like landing on great spots. And I'm mad at it. I don't love the alliance. So that's what Alyssa was doing. She was ducking and she was dodging. We also get to see
Tyson and Danny. Yeah, Tyson says that he's going to work with Angela and Alyssa or something to that effect because there was a fist bump or something. We got a fist bump. He said, like, she fist bumped me and we're good or something to that effect, I think.
I guess at this point during the challenge, I was upset and mad and just, you know. So I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember we get this image of David, and David is giving Dominic Abate episode 2. David is like, anytime it's a men's challenge. Well, first of all, David, this is your first men's challenge. So it's, but anytime you are eligible to go up is what he meant. But
he stays ready.
He stayed ready. So he must watch Dominic Abate. So, it also just was like, I just try to pay attention to what Berkshire and Murky be like doing. Like, why y'all just giving us David right now? So now, in my mind, I'm like,
think he's going in.
Or like, is he an end game? Just like, so at this point in the games, I start drafting my list of like, who going to the end? And I feel like getting a shot of David like this for me was like, okay, David, and he's been doing what he needs to do so far. So I couldn't be mad at it. They went out. I love when, they go out, especially in the challenge. I love for the challenge, they make it seem like the regular challenge. They always make it seem like they're going out. Well, where y'all going? Because it's only y'all. What what whose birthday party is it?
That's how they do. They keep them together. I guess there's too much liability in putting them out
Well,
there.
yeah, and with COVID and everything, I understand it. But again, I like to see not so much strategy, not so much of the game. I love to just see them being able to, like, let their hair down. And Ben makes a very touching cheers to Blake again, and everyone kind of, like, honors, and just a really good, like, although it's a competition and I know people might be mad at each other, but it's still like this bond that we have together that I think I enjoyed this moment.
I agree. But to get back to game, there was a moment where Enzo was talking to Lucina about I have stitches, blah, blah, blah. And Lucina basically pivots and talks to her crew. I think it was.
Well, no, you got a little wrong. She was talking to Leo.
No.
Yes.
You got it a little wrong. That was Leo talking to Angela, and he's like, "You're my little angel. I never targeted you. You keep my name. Keep the blah blah blah."
That was Leo talking to Sarah, and Leo was, like, telling Sarah how he was scared. Well, you're right. The conversation happened with Enzo. So Sarah knew that he was hurt. Then you have this conversation with Leo, where Leo is essentially saying, like, he doesn't necessarily have to go in, and he's feeling like it's him. And that's when then Sarah turns to Desi. See, same outfit, same place.
Let's see. No, I don't buy it.
And that's what Sarah is like.
I would go in.
I'll go in.
How do you think Desi's receiving this? Go ahead, Lucina. Tell me, and I'll be Desi.
I'll go in.
All right.
It's never been done. They've never had.
Okay,
Sarah Lucina go in.
Go ahead in.
During a challenge.
You got it, player. I got my money. You go ahead and go in.
Desi asked me how I would intimidate them going in. I'll go in.
How would you intimidate them going in? Cool, player. Now here's what I will say. There has been a time, I think I saw a tweet. Who tweeted it? Where I think in like season 1 or something, a girl went in once or twice against a guy, and I think she won. So it has been done before, but needless to say, we had that conversation. Sarah is now amped and like, I can do it. I'll take
now,
and I bet you all my money and everything. I bet you I'll be back. I'm not even gonna pack my bag. What?
Girl, what? First of all, you wouldn't even have to pack them, Sarah. Leo could pack them for you, okay? Because we know he could pack them in a jiffy.
Leo's packing everybody's bags.
But yeah, so listen, that was interesting. So now it's like, are they really? First of all, I just know one thing about Berkshire and Murky, they ain't doing that. Okay, no. They is not doing that.
They wouldn't allow that.
Okay. Then we get to the challenge. We don't know what it is, but we are met by this young, handsome lumber woodchuck wood. If a woodchuck could chuck woodchuck wood, by the name of TJ, and he is wearing, it's giving to be it looks like a velvety jean jacket. The buttons.
Isn't it called a Canadian tuxedo or something?
Well, no, a Canadian tuxedo is when you have denim on denim, but the denim is the same. So it looks like, you're wearing one outfit. That is not a Canadian tuxedo. That is given like
baggy.
Yes. And again, it's another button-up shirt. But as you can see in this image, the buttons below are buttons, and he's at a 50% openness. Okay. How do you get a collar that crisp on a jean jacket? Do you know how much steam you would have to steam?
There's some reinforcements in there, Brice.
Listen, they using bobby pins or something. But what do we have here?
We have a Hall Brawl. This is a challenge classic. Everyone loves to see it. People This is a dangerous, dangerous event. And I think to lower the danger level, what they decided to do was make it the shortest Hall Brawl in history because, and I think I counted, each person had to run about 3.5 to 4 steps to meet one another. So basically there's no momentum. But you have Enzo.
Well, shout out to Ben and Alyssa, because listen, Ben said
we matched them today.
Dom last week with Kayla came sharp. Ben said, Angela, you got anything to match this peach tie?
He said, I got a red tie.
Okay. Griselda Blanco said no, but I know some people that know some people, so they flew some stuff out. But yes, Enzo is in there, and Angela and Ben call down. And again, they give this, well, Angela gives this speech that's like, you know, the people that have protected us and didn't protect us, like, we appreciate you. So we, like, with that being said, we sending you Enzo. Leo. And it's like, well, damn, Leo he's been in the most eliminations.
Yeah. Leo's a fighter, man. I got so much respect for this guy.
Well, man. Listen, he definitely is. Now, you see the Hall Brawl. Wendell is right. It's like 2 feet, and we are a slight bit pressed for time. But I do want to just show you this image, though, because can you describe to the people what Leo has on?
Leo has on a lot of pads. Brice is going to. Brice is. This is going to be ridiculous. Leo has pads on. He has a helmet on. He looks like he's ready to go. He looks like a cat in some serious gear. Brice, on the other hand, is at the other. He's running towards. Oh my God! Okay. Did you put something in your shirt? Do you saw what's in your?
I have on the shoulder pad. I was just confused as to why they was wearing no shoulder pads like that.
Why? For protection, Brice. Brice, you look ridiculous. And we have 15 minutes until we have to be on an exit interview with our guy. But I wanted to mention one more thing. When Ange was talking about her reasoning, she said something about your girl, Sarah. She said, you should focus on winning a challenge. Ooh! And I like the beef that is brewing with these two. And
so do I. But
who you got?
Who do you think?
You right, player. The only one that wanted to go in against
okay. Like, yeah, Angela. Sarah volunteered as tribute.
Yeah.
For this. Yeah. And it was a tough Hall Brawl to watch. You know, first of all, we know that Leo didn't necessarily want to go in there. We know that Enzo was hurt. But it just seemed like the first initial contact, it seemed like Enzo, you know, they both was going at it. Enzo had a lot to prove, and it looked like Leo was a little apprehensive, but it looked like Leo, like, you know, stood there and took the impact. And it was relatively close. It looks like, from my opinion, from what I see on that second one, it looked like Leo did, like, I don't want to say gave up. I don't know if, like, he could have been hurt. I don't know, but it wasn't just the same amount of bark in that first contact. And, you know, it just was hard to watch because I've grown pretty fond of Leo. And I you know, I was like Kayla, like, kind of sort of crying, just like, you know, just I felt like he deserves to be here. And it just was sad to see. And then when we see him in the back and he doesn't want to come out for whatever reasons, we're not sure. Just like, you know, I don't like to see people go out. Yeah, I don't like to see people go out like that.
So was that the reason why you left my hotel room angered and sad, Brice? Because you were like, you gave me the fake voice. All right, see ya, and walked out. But yeah, to Leo's credit, hard fought. he had the deck stacked against him all these amazing racers. You know, we were rooting heavy for our boy James earlier. But all these amazing racers, they came in 3 deep. And Leo was thrown in and pushed to the side, and people said he's a layup and this, that, and the third. And he stayed and he fought and he fought. He eliminated freaking Kylan last week. You know, like, so mad props to Leo. He went in there. The Hall Brawl is not easy, especially if you're a smaller guy against a bigger guy. You know, these kinds of challenges aren't.
My connection broke up, huh? It's not easy if what?
If you're a smaller guy against a bigger guy. Brice, if you were in there, Enzo would have ran.
Here's the thing. I love Enzo, but again, I also feel like do not let my dialect, do not let my, you know, now I'm just, can you say a pause before you about to say something? Because you know it sounds like.
So anyway, a preemptive pause?
A preemptive pause.
Pause.
I can take a hit or two. No.
I'm out of here. We need to
I don't mean it like that. Like I could take a beating.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm built for it tough.
Oh.
It's like, come at me, bro.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Thank you all for watching the challenge breakdown.
Yes, but listen, because you know I'm Wendell Holland gotta you know wrap it up. Enzo wins. Shout out to Enzo. This week, my player of the week is the baby boy Leo. I felt like, you know, you're the elimination king. And you know, they said Cat got 9 lives. Leo, you might got 3, but we love you. And we love him. Who's your player of the week, Wendell?
My player of the week is Ben. Ben, friend of the show, friend in real life. Great job today winning your first challenge. And I hope you win more. You did a great job. You were fighting. You had something deeper to fight for. Your buddy Blake. I understand and respect that, man. And yeah, Ben, great job. Great job in this episode.
Love you, Ben.
Love you, brother.
Well, this was a fun breakdown.
Yes, and I'm getting text messages that someone has arrived to where we are.
Yes, I'm getting text messages too.
Cool.
So
so let's wrap this. And we will also be interviewing Leo for an exit interview shortly. So that should be very interesting. I know he has a lot to say, especially about how he went out. So make sure you watch the challenge breakdown, but also make sure you watch this important exit interview. Thank y'all so much for watching. The audio can be found on all streaming sites from the Purple Pants Podcast. What, Brice? What?
I just crack up because when Wendell does these things, he has like a sticky note. So if you ever watch on YouTube in the beginning and in the end, when he does this thing, he always likes to be animated. And then it's like, please make sure you subscribe Wendell the channel and all audio pod purple.
Okay. I'm gonna call you out, Brice. My sticky note says Giselda Blanco. Giselda Blanco. That's what my sticky note says. You told me to not read when I'm doing my intro and my exit, and I wasn't. And that's why I forgot that you were the host of Purple Pants Podcast.
Listen, it's fine. This episode was fun, but listen, I'm like Giselda.
He left me. He left me again. Leave comments. Love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I'll talk to y'all. Peace.
It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown.